welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 262 for the 11th of August, 2024. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jodie Kelly.
And it's the weekend of D23. Nothing else has happened.
Yeah, in the thick of it.
Mostly because there's a D23 special, because there's a ton of stuff that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
It's
We're
just
going
a
long.
lot of stuff.
We're going long.
Well, I don't know about long,
Maybe.
but we'll be discussing quite a lot of Disney stuff
We're
and Marvel and all the good stuff that goes around that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, how's your week been?
We've had a wee sunny spell this week. We had a barbecue there, and I did the gardening. I think I've done my back in or something. I've done bits in that I've not done for a while. That way.
Compressed a couple of vertebrae.
Oh, I think so. Aye, so not great, but
yeah. We've been selling bits and pieces of like furniture that we're not taking. So the movers came this week as well.
All right.
So if you hear it's a wee bit more echoey just now, that's because there's a lot less.
Not too bad actually. Surprisingly.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No.
Upstairs is very echoey because there's no rugs down. There's nothing, so they've all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so that's happened. And Anne-Marie's been sort of busy selling wee bits and pieces around the house that we're not taking as well. One of which was a hutch which weighed the weight of 1,000 suns.
A hutch?
A hutch. It's like a sideboard type thing that you put in a kitchen.
All right.
It's called a hutch. And a couple came and picked it up today, and I'm like, I can't with my shoulder and my back and all that kind of stuff. I can't lift these things. So he came in and basically lifted it himself. This guy, I'm like, dude, I don't know how you can do that.
Well, we had a piano. Remember, we had a piano at one point.
That's right. Yeah.
And we decided to get rid of it because it was just we were using it, but it was just taking up a lot of room and stuff unnecessarily.
And people, and the other thing was your neighbours were complaining about rabbit as well.
Yeah. No, so 2 guys came to pick it up, and I was like, "Do you want a hand?" Blah blah blah. No, we'll get it. And this thing weighed the size of this thing. If you've ever lifted a piano or tried to move a piano, is unbelievable. These 2 guys the big guys just lifted it like that. Out into the back of not even a van. It was like a kind of large car.
Wow,
like a kind of pickup type car.
Right,
but it did have a roof on it,
Mm-hmm.
And took it away.
Was it a pickup truck?
They'd have been sore after that.
I bet. Yeah,
kind of a pickup, but with a roof on it. Yeah.
The guys that were empty in our house, like Anne-Marie put most of the stuff in boxes before I'd arrived, and I only had to clean out that closet over there. And they came in and they were lifting stuff up like they were made of matchsticks.
Yeah,
it was like, I just wondered, and they were built like that as well.
Yeah,
and they just came in, and I think they were here for like 4 hours or something like that. Lifted everything. Everything's gone. I didn't get a receipt. It should be fine though. And it'll be fine. Yeah. And so it's heading on its way. It's getting shipped at some point and heading to Scotland, which is the next time we see it. But a lot of the stuff we bought over here, we just haven't taken.
So we'll be put in storage.
Yeah, so we'll probably if we don't find a place by I think it takes like 3 months or something to ship. By the time that happens, if we don't find a place, we'll put it in storage.
That's fine.
Yeah, it could be well. So we'll see what happens, where we land and all that kind of stuff. But the important thing was the cat this week. That was the sort of, which we still haven't kind of nailed down, but we're kind of getting close to how he can come across. Because the UK, I'm not sure if it's like different places in the world, but the UK is very strict on what pets can come in, and because the island the island, the British Isles is rabies free.
That's right.
And of course they don't want rabies in here, so which makes sense. So they don't allow animals in the cabin. So we thought we could take the cat in the cabin and with us, but that's not happening. So we need to put in cargo. No. A lot of places do allow you to take the animal
Really?
in the cabin.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprised
Put
at
them under the seat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, obviously not your cat because he's the size of Mufasa, but I mean,
No. He's a biggie.
he's a big lad. My cat, though, I mean, you could probably fit him in Dana's purse.
Yeah.
So we thought that we could do that, but we can't. So because of the restrictions in the UK, so we need to find a freight company. Oh my god! It's honestly, it's 10 levels of bureaucracy up. It's crazy. Anyway, that was my week. Anyway, but the nice thing though is at the end of the week we got D23, which is still ongoing.
Absolutely, yes.
And so there's a lot of kind of like theme
that's what
park
we're here-
news and all that kind of stuff.
That's really what we're here to talk about.
Absolutely, yeah. But we're not really interested in the theme park stuff. We're more interested in Marvel Entertainment and Disney stuff. So let's go and talk about that in the tea.
Let's do it.
Well, that didn't sound good. Hold on a minute.
What happened?
Hold on, there was a big crash. Just give me 2 seconds.
Right. Oh, while Sloan's away, obviously we had D23. Hopefully everything's okay there. Apparently he had a big crash. His wife's up the stairs. So hopefully everything's okay. And hopefully you're not going to hear a kind of electronic-y noise because I've got my phone out here. So D23 2024. We get loads of trailers, obviously, loads of trailers for new stuff. We get Moana 2. I'll just do the list before, and then we can discuss them once Sloan comes back down. Moana 2, obviously, a sequel to Moana. That's coming out 27th of November.
I'm here.
Snow White. Oh,
I'm here.
You're back.
I'm still here. I'm here.
I was just filling in. I was just starting the list there. So, is she okay? First of all. Right, okay. Right, so you've got the list. You've got the list there. I was just reading it off the phone there. But hopefully it wasn't going.
So first of all, though, we get Avatar: Fire and Ash. So let's talk about that one. Did you watch Sea and Moisture or whatever it was called?
Sea and Moisture. Yeah, we did. That was called what? The Spirit of Water or something? Was it? Something?
I don't know.
Shape of Water? No. I saw it anyway.
Avatar, my octopus teacher.
It was basically It was basically the first Avatar, but with water.
Aye.
So the third one's going to be Avatar, but in a volcano.
Way of Water. The Way of Water.
Yeah, that was it.
Is it? Is that what it's going to be?
Probably. It seems as if it's going through the sort of
elements.
Yeah.
But is it not just the same movie?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Ugh.
Pretty much.
I watched the first one. I was like, all right, I'm done. I haven't seen the
when
second
it came out.
The
first time round.
One, yeah. I watched it, and then we were going to Disney one year, and we said we should watch all the movies that are based on the ride or that have rides in the theme parks. And I thought, okay, that's a good idea. So we watched like Pirates of the Caribbean, things like that. And then we got to Avatar, and boy, oh boy, I was like, oh, it was tough. I really didn't like it at all. And
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was long. I liked the 3D, and it was a novelty when it came out, wasn't it? Really, the 3D. And
true enough. That's true. Actually,
yeah, but the story we'd seen a million times with
Dances with Wolves.
A Man Called Horse, Dances with Wolves, all those type of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I still like them, man. They're a spectacle. But, you go and see them in 3D and stuff. It's a bit of a theme park ride.
Are they still in 3D? The Avatar movies?
So the last one in 3D, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
as well. So yeah.
All right. Can't wait to not go and see it.
I'll see it.
And then Moana 2. By the way, there's a lot of sequels It's in fact,
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I think there's maybe one or two brand new things, but the rest
Yeah.
of them are like sequels or
Uh-huh.
characters we've seen before.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be playing it safe, but at the same time, I do think this
Yeah.
was quite a strong D23.
Yeah, they only come around every 2 years as well, so it's kind of like
Is it?
Brigadoon.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was every year.
Yes, the next
Right.
one is 2026.
All right, okay.
So, I mean, Iger, he said, and I think I agree with him. I think the only way out of a slump is to spend your way out of it. When you're a company that size, and because it reinvigorates the brand. That's the thing, is that you need to make people want to come and see your movies. And if you're gonna just churn out crap, no one's gonna go and see it. And you can nickel and dime your way out of it. That's not going to be a good thing. But if you spend wisely and you plow money into good movies, then people will come and see those movies. And Moana, and you'll see this in this list as we go on. Moana is a great example of that. It was a fantastic movie. It did really well at the box office.
Yep.
And so they made a sequel.
But if you play it safe, you do lots of stuff that people love and make a sequel.
Yeah, and which is why Inside Out 2 probably got greenlit, because it was like, well, people liked that back in the day, and they like it now. I mean, Inside Out is what, 1.5 billion or something.
That's made, was it 3 times the amount the original, or almost 3 times the amount now?
I think so,
of the original.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things are, kind of remake. We'll obviously speak about some live action remakes.
It made $1.5 million this week. Inside Out 2.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 1.59 billion it's made. Wow. Deadpool and Wolverine. Well done, everyone. Almost. Well done.
Is it there
yet? It's made $1 billion.
Oh.
It's made the B. Well done. Congratulations, everyone.
Well
so
deserved.
That is 5 times its budget.
Well deserved.
It's made. So, and again, who says people don't want to go and see R-rated movies?
Yeah. The last time I saw it, it wasn't quite there, but it must have just leapt over the weekend there.
It's a fantastic movie, especially if you're a Marvel fan. Obviously, there's a lot of like Easter eggs and things in there that you'd really enjoy.
Loads of stuff.
Sort of seeing a lot of in jokes as well.
Yeah, I think in order to catch all that, you need to see it maybe 2 or 3 times. Because there's loads of stuff that you miss. There's a lot of quick fire gags.
Did you see that there's one as well where it's the bit where Wolverine is trying to punch Deadpool, and he's doing all these kind of like quick moves like that?
Oh yeah,
that's taken from the very first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
All right,
it's the exact same choreography.
Is it?
Yeah. And you missed the Henry Cavill. Sorry, spoilers, I guess. Sorry, the Henry Cavill cameo.
I knew it was significant, but I just couldn't work out who it was.
Who it was, right? Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I should know who this is, but
yeah,
I couldn't work it out.
Yeah,
I knew it was. Apparently, it was. He had to smoke about 10 cigars to film that scene, and he was throwing up everywhere because it was disgusting. Yeah, I think does Deadpool not call him Calverine or something?
Calverine, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Right, we better get through this list, or else we'll be.
We'll be here forever. So Avatar: Fire and Ash. That's a December 19th, 2025 release. Moana 2 is this year. It's November 27th this year. So that's good. So she's a wayfinder now, and she's got to enlist the help of Maui again. And then up. We had the Snow White trailer. So this is coming out March 21st,
it's a biggie.
2025. Yeah. So originally it was magical beings. And so the movie's called Snow White. It's not called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs as the original one was called. It's just called Snow White. But there are little people in it. And they're in the wee hi-ho song.
Yeah, and they've made them. It looks to me as if
Work We Go.
Looks like they've made them look like the original cartoon
characters
as well. What was the one? Was it Dopey? The one with the kind of long
Dopey.
stuff
With
was
the
like,
gears.
you can see the silhouette. I don't know if you can show the picture of the silhouette of them crossing that wee bridge. But you can make out exactly who's who from the original. So that was fan feedback, wasn't it? When all the
it was an outcry.
Aye,
Yeah,
I think it was
can't
when
find it.
Yeah, it was like a set photo of these people, and
walking down a hill or something.
It just everybody went, "Why is it not? It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Why not dwarfs?"
Yeah.
Now, Time Bandits haven't got dwarfs in it, but and no
little people.
Nowhere did they say there was little people or dwarfs or whatever. So Snow White has traditionally always had dwarfs in it. So
well, it's named after. So it's a German fairy tale because it's the.
Is it Grimm?
I can't remember.
Brothers Grimm.
Brothers Grimm, maybe. Yeah.
But
the seven dwarfs represent the seven small mountains in Bavaria.
All right. Okay.
So
Snoopy,
called the seven dwarves.
Creepy.
John, Paul, George, Ringo,
that's the ones,
Brian, and Jeffrey.
Yep, that's the ones.
That's the ones. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. Anyway, that's coming out soon. The one I'm excited for, though, so I don't watch any of the live action remakes because
none. You're not a big
fan of them. I've not watched any of them. No, I've not watched. I didn't watch Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. What's the Jungle Book one? There was the Lion King one with the dead eyes.
I've watched Jungle Book.
Yeah,
that's good actually. I've watched Pinocchio. You've watched that?
Oh, I did watch that. Yeah, I did. But the thing is, I watched it because of the show. I wouldn't have watched it otherwise.
Yeah.
If we didn't do this podcast, I would not have watched it.
See, well, we've got, obviously Danny's a bit younger, so we've seen some of them, So
yeah,
and your kids, yeah, Jungle Book was the best one I think out of the lot so far. But this looks good. I think the trailer looks good for this.
The Snow White one, yeah, I thought it looked okay. Yeah,
I like the tone.
Although Annie was pointing out that I don't think Snow White sings "Hi Ho" or "Whistle." I don't think I don't think she sings "Hi Ho." She sings "Whistle Where You Work."
Yeah, that's right. Or does she sing that in the trailer?
I think she sings "Hi Ho."
Does she? It's directed by John Watts. Directed by John Watts as well. What?
Yeah, visionary director was the title card for it. Who is he?
He directed the Spider-Man trilogy, I think.
Oh, did he?
The Tobin Holland. So yeah, he's kind of a big deal, I suppose, in Disney.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Right now.
I'm somewhat of a director myself.
He's hot, as they would say.
Right. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So, yeah.
Is he Shankman hot though? Another remake, another live action remake is Lilo and Stitch, which is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time ever. I love that movie.
Saw that.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So it looks good.
I didn't show you anything. Good. Just the animate. Just him. Just showed you.
Yes, just him breaking through. He breaks through the sort of the Disney World logo and kind of goes. And
they've not changed them. They've kept him this. So thank God.
Similar,
some guys not redesigned them. Which
would
be madness.
Yeah.
Like they did with Sonic. Remember, there was a big outcry about that.
Right. Yeah. They made him more human with the crazy dead eye things.
Why change it? The character has been designed already, and everybody loves it.
It's the same thing with everyone loves the Lion King remake because it's Jon Favreau, but it's the dead-eyed lions. I just thought I don't like them.
They should have made them. I've said this before. They should have stylized them more.
Should have.
Anyway.
Yep. Then we get Incredibles 3. So that was a bit of a news. Some of these are like they were just like teaser things. So Incredibles 3, the big news about that is Brad Bird's coming back to direct it. So this is the third.
Good. He created it.
He did, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't really be an Incredibles movie without him. I really liked the second one. I liked the
Second one was
sort
great.
of juxtaposition of
Yep.
you know, him being the stay-at-home dad and her
Yep.
going out to work.
Great.
The Screenslaver was really good as well.
Very funny. Yeah.
Yep, Edna Mode was in it again.
The
Obviously,
baddies were,
you know, Brad Bird.
yeah, the baddies were great in that, weren't they? Really good.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk was one of the he was the
Oh yeah. He was the brother,
assistant
wasn't
to
he?
the baddie. Oh, the brother, aye.
Yeah, he was the brother. Yeah.
To the female.
Yeah. The
bad
female. You know, the
villain.
dad from Friday Night Lights.
Female villain.
Are you bringing your female?
Female villain. Yeah.
Toy Story 5. That was the worst teaser trailer ever.
I was pretty shocked about that one.
We cannot afford to get Tom Hanks involved in this. We cannot afford to get Tim Allen involved in this, and we cannot afford to get Joan Cusack. But we'll show the characters.
Yeah.
It was like, all right.
I'm assuming the gang will be coming back. Surely.
Tony Hill not available.
Surely they'll all be coming.
I would have thought so.
Mm-hmm. Did you see
weird because
did you see the art concept they showed?
I did. Yeah.
So
it's a child under the blankets.
Looking at their screen.
Yeah.
So it's like the toys versus technology now.
Yeah.
I suppose.
What if technology?
Great idea.
Feelings?
Great idea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Frozen 3 got announced. There's no date for that, but I don't know when Frozen 3 is coming out. It's 2027, I think. Seems a bit too far out. Also, the second one was crap.
There's no story at all.
It was awful. I didn't like it at all.
No story.
No.
Terrible. It's probably not for us, to be fair.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I know Sam, she really liked it. She prefers Frozen 2 to Frozen 1.
Yeah.
I just didn't think the songs were there, to be honest. I thought the songs were stronger in the first one.
Not until recently, Frozen 2 was the most successful animation of all time.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Inside Out.
It was the Inside Out 2.
2.
One thing I'm excited about, though, another sequel that's coming out is Zootopia 2. Because Zootopia 1 was really good.
That was good fun, wasn't it?
Yep,
Justin Bateman.
Justin Bateman. And Jennifer. Why Women Kill. She was in that.
Garner?
Jennifer. I can't remember her surname. No. She was great as well. So Judy Hopps and Nick Wilder are back. Yeah. I saw. Did you see the clip for the meeting a sea lion?
No, I've not seen it. No,
it's really good.
I just saw the announcement.
Yeah.
So
because Nick Wilder was supposed to be they kind of rewrote the movie, kind of Cusco style, and because Nick Wilde was the main character, he was the fish out of water, and then they reworked it so that it was Judy Hopps was the fish out of water.
Makes more sense.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember Justin Bateman didn't look too happy during the pressers.
Is it Jason Bateman or Justin?
I think it's Justin.
Jason.
Oh, it is Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
It's Jason Bateman, yeah. Because his sister's Justine.
I was watching a thing, and he was getting interviewed by Howard Stern, and they were talking about. Oh God, I can't remember the movie it was now. It was one of these kind of, was it Pitch Perfect or one of these kind of comedy, cheesy comedy movies, and he wasn't going to take it, but one of his kids was teething at the time, and he was like, "Where is it? Vancouver. How many weeks? 3 weeks. I'll be there," because he wanted to get away from his kids. Basically, it was teething, so he took the job. Good old Jason.
There you go. Well done.
He
was great in the Arrested Development. And then they showed a trailer for Skeleton Crew.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is the first time we've seen Star Wars in the suburbs.
Yeah. Now,
a bit jarring.
It was very jarring when I saw this. When I saw this the first time, I was like, "Oh God, what?" So, is it Star Wars like in the future?
No, I think it's supposed to be not Coruscant, obviously, because there's the suburbs, but it's supposed to be like the inner planet. It's one of the inner planets,
Right.
so they're kind of affluent, but they're not like, I don't know.
Yeah, because very much Goonies, Spielberg
Yeah,
vibes. Very,
Mhm.
very heavy
There was
Spielberg vibes.
the music was quite kind of John Williams esque as well.
Yeah,
I thought.
yeah. That really, when that happened at the beginning, I was like, oh, God. But as the trailer went on, I thought, this might be okay, actually.
Yeah,
So
I
it
thought it might
remains
be
to be
okay. I
seen.
mean, it's very young adult type stuff. So again, it's not really for us.
Yeah.
It's not really our age group.
I think
But
that's the strength.
I think it might be fun.
Yeah, I think that's the strength of Star Wars, because it's
Mhm.
like, we've got this opportunity now to, or as creators, they've got an opportunity now to kind of go, right, let's make an animation. Let's make
Yeah.
an adult for the hardcore
Mhm.
Star Wars fans. Let's
Yeah.
make something for the kind of in-betweeners, let's make an action thing. Let's,
Yeah.
and maybe everything won't hit for everybody, but, there's something there for,
Yeah.
some things will hit. And be
I
cool.
think.
There's
I mean,
another example of it.
there's like the Star Wars Visions stuff. Like I
Yeah.
watched like 2/3 of that and really enjoyed the 2/3.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I watched all of it, but I enjoyed the 2/3 of it. There's a couple of
Yeah.
ones I was like, it's okay. But then there's the Tales of the Jedi and the Tales of the Empire. Those ones were great.
Yeah.
And they were all kind of like, separate little.
Yeah, they were strong, weren't they?
Vignette stories. Yeah, they were really good.
Did you see that? Sorry.
There you go. There you go.
I was going to say that I do wish they would do a what if, but have you seen the Lego trailer that we got, the Jar Jar
No.
Dark Side thing? This looks like the closest we're going to get to like a what if.
So the Jar Jar thing,
Wars.
that's actually a Lego set that's coming out, the Dark Falcon.
Right. Oh, so it is. You're right. Yeah, I've seen it.
So yeah, the Lego are heading into this kind of like what if type thing. So I don't know if that's like a Lucasfilm.
Well, I watched the
Lucasfilm
trailer.
are okay with it, or if they're like, oh no, let's do a sort of dark
I watched
version of
the
it.
trailer, and the trailer's really good. Really good. Looks real fun. The proper Lego humor.
Yeah.
And all that. It's a 4-part event, as they call it. So it's probably a movie that's been split into 4 parts.
On Disney Plus.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah, looks good.
I like their Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Andor 2 is got announced sometime in 2025, so we've got to wait another year for Andor 2. But Men Bendelsohn's back.
Yes.
As Krenek. And Alan Tudyk is back as K2SO.
Yes. Now there was I shared a trailer, and when I watched it, I was like, I hope this is real. But then you guys went, nah, I don't think it's real.
No, it's not. It's not.
No, definitely not.
It's not. No.
Do you know who is it? Is it Screen Rant that always makes these up?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not. Is it Screen Rant? Oh,
their latest one. They've taken the audio from like the trailer that was shown at Comic-Con. No, it hasn't been shown on the internet yet. And they've used AI to enhance the audio, and they've used AI to get enhance some stills from and made their own trailer, and it looks pretty good.
That one that you sent us out was Andor doing a narration over the top of it. So the thing that I always look at is if it doesn't cut back to the person speaking, it's not them. And it never cut back to Andor, because Andor always does, like even at the very end where it's like and then the punchline of the sort of the sort of the kicker part of it, it never went back to him, and it didn't sound quite like him, and I'm wondering if that was like AI that got like Diego Luna's voice and then written a script for it and then like done it that way.
They're getting much more.
It was just kind of
they're getting much more clever at doing these, aren't they? And it's a bummer because it's disappointing because you're like,
unless it's come from the official Star Wars YouTube channel or Disney or whoever it is that's distributing it, I would take everything with a pinch of salt.
I know, because they get shown the obviously Mandalorian and Grogu movie,
which is the next story. So we may as well talk about that as well.
Right.
So that's coming out May 22nd, 2026. So that's a couple of years.
That's the first theatrical movie we've had Star Wars for since Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, yeah.
So that'll be about 5-6 years.
Something like that, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Something like that, since we've had a movie. And there was footage of it shown, somebody had videoed it very nicely. Did you see it? I shared it.
It was 2019, so by the time it comes out, it's going to be 7 years.
7 years. Aye. So did you see? I shared the footage.
Yeah. So he's in one of those the.
That's right.
It's not an ATST. It's like a single person chicken walker thing.
Aye.
And
I think
Grogu
they brought that.
Abu Frick's in it as well.
Yeah. Yes. Aye.
he's with Grogu.
It looks great. The trailer that we managed to see footage of. It looks great. I hate the title though. It's a total cash grab. The title. Do you know?
I'm not a big fan. I mean, it just screams SEO. That title, like search engine optimization. It just screams like I need to look. What's that movie with the Mandalorian and Grogu in it? Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Oh, there it is there.
Yeah. It's a bad title. They should have made it something different,
They should have done what they do with all other Star Wars titles where you go like, that doesn't really fit the story. But then it kind of does fit the story.
Yeah. Was it, I don't know, is there going to be too many? It's like Star Wars, The Mandalorian, Adventures of Grogu and Mando. It's too long,
Is it going to be The Mandalorian and Grogu, a Star Wars story? Is that what it's going to be called? Or are they getting rid of the whole a Star Wars story?
I think they get rid of that a lot. Aye, they get rid of that after Solo.
Because they did 3 movies with it, and then that was it.
3?
The 3 movies? No, 2 movies.
2.
There was Rogue One, Solo,
and that was it. Obi-Wan was supposed to be.
Oh, that's right. So it was
a movie, but they ended up making it a TV show. A TV show.
They made it a movie.
Yeah, should have been a movie, but that's another story. But looks good.
That's like that old joke about the private detective. My office was on the 4th floor, and my room was on the 5th floor. But that's another story.
I hope you packed your dinger. You have.
I have my dinger. I have my dingaling. And then let's get into the sort of Marvel stuff. So we'll start off with Agatha All Along. So they came out singing the Ballad of Witches Road, which was, I'm going to call it slightly stronger than The Power of the One, The Power of Two, The Power of Many. It was a wee bit more catchier than that. But of course, it was written by the people who wrote Let It Snow.
Oh, really?
Go or whatever it was.
Oh, Let It Go.
Let It Go. Let It Go. There's a lot of kind of like, those kind of like row your boat type songs. I can't remember what they're called, but it's the ones where you start like halfway through the second melody.
Oh yeah, right, okay.
Anyway, it was really good, and it was a live cast that was doing it. What's her face from that 70s show is in it again? She played the boss's wife in WandaVision. Kitty, she's called in that 70s show.
Is she in the White Lotus? That girl? No,
I don't know. She's an older lady.
Oh, an older lady, right? Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I saw the trailer for it. I saw the trailer for this, though. It's available.
Yeah, it looked good.
That looks pretty. It does look pretty good.
Yeah.
And it looks as if there are, the kind of promised horror elements, and it looks as if there maybe is that. So
yeah, Audrey Plaza's in it as well. So that's good.
That's who I meant, Audrey Plaza.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
She's good.
She's in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks like a TV show, very much so.
Yeah, it does.
Some scenes doesn't. It's funny. It's quite inconsistent. I thought it looked. Some scenes it does, and then others I was like, well, this looks like as if they spent a bit of money here.
Disney.
But, hey! Oh god, you have your dinger. Yeah, but it still looks interesting. It definitely looks interesting. Is it written by the same people that wrote Wanda?
I don't think it is. No, because Shankman's he's off doing. What's he doing now? He's doing something else.
He's doing Fantastic Four.
Aye, that's what he's doing.
Director.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
Mark Shankman.
He didn't write it for WandaVision, did he?
No. Is it Mark Shankman?
I know. He was the director of WandaVision, and
Shackman. Matt Shackman. Good grief, Shackman.
And then he's away doing Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Right now, filming as we speak.
Filming it as exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Talking of Fantastic Four, they showed the same trailer that we saw at Comic-Con that we got a copyright strike, which is why I'm a little bit
I'm not showing anything.
Yeah, I'm not showing anything because of copyright strikes.
Yeah.
So we got shouted at by Disney. And it was
they
Disney
did a huge sweep apparently of Marvel and Disney did a huge sweep of the internet after the first day of Disney. D3.
Anyway, so they purged all that kind of stuff. So that's coming. So Fantastic Four First Steps is coming at July 25th, 2025. So not long now. It's only a year.
They did show them the four of them sitting. They couldn't be at D3, but they were sitting at a table and kind of speaking to the audience that way. It was a pre-recorded thing, maybe.
Yeah.
But you got to see the what do you call the wee flame on guy? He had the costume on. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Eddie Munson actually. When it was announced.
Yeah, is Eddie? Oh yeah, from
Stranger
Things. Yeah, that's right. So it is. I forgot
that. Yeah. And then March 1st, 2025, so just before the Fantastic Four comes out, Daredevil Born Again comes out, and the gang's all back. So Foggy's back. What's her name?
What?
I can't remember the secretary's name. Laura.
I never watched it.
Her name is. You didn't watch it? All right, okay. What's his name? Frank Castle's back as well. Punisher, he's back. Vincent D'Onofrio's back as well. I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
I really liked Daredevil.
I hope it's going to be better than Echo.
Apparently, it's going to be gritty, so we'll see what happens. And Kevin Feige said they've just wrapped up season 1. They're about to start season 2. There you go. 2 seasons. 2 seasons in a movie.
Happy days.
I know, exactly. Everyone's favorite Freaky Friday couple are back. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back doing Freakier Friday.
Really?
Yep.
But it's got to be surely
Lindsay Lohan.
But surely it's got to be Lindsay Lohan's daughter now, and Jamie Lee Curtis is the gran. No?
I don't know.
I thought I was saying something I shouldn't have.
No. No, it's just that kind of like, oh.
So it might be like a Freakier Friday, as in 3 of them get mixed up, because they always like to do that.
Exactly.
It was a remake anyway. Was it Jodie Foster and
Sinneland and
somebody else?
Some
that was older,
equally talented women who played her mum.
Yep. Yeah, I liked Freaky Friday. I thought it was good actually. I liked it, enjoyed it.
Did you?
Lindsay Lohan was at her powers, the height of her powers back then.
Yeah. Freaky powers.
Yeah.
The biggest news for me though was the next one, which is Tron Ares.
Yes.
Tron Ares, Jared Leto's in it, Jeff Bridges in it, Evan Peters is in it, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
I know.
Wow. But they're not calling themselves Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for this one. They're calling themselves Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, I know.
Which in of itself is pretty amazing, because the last one I did was Ghosts, which was 4 years ago or something. That
because Daft Punk did the music the last one, so it's another
so
band again.
Yeah.
Doing it.
I mean, they weren't. I mean, it's the writing. That's the writing partnership of Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is effectively Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I think it's perfect. Really, for them doing the music, it really is.
And they were there as well. They turned up.
And were they? And
they were there.
If nothing else, the soundtrack's going to be good.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that soundtrack is just and it's 15 years old and it has not aged a note. That soundtrack, in fact, so much so that 2009 was when Legacy came out. Yeah,
jeez.
So we're getting closer and closer for Tron movies.
Yeah,
because the first one was was
1982.
82, yeah. And then the second one was 2009, which was like 37 years later. And so this one is only going to be 16 years later. 16 years later. So, we're getting closer. Although, Jeff's getting older. So
Jeff is turning into one of those, Gabby from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, he is.
He's turning.
He was kind of like that with when he played Sisyphus, was his name in R.I.P.D.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he tends to play that type of character these days, though.
That's true. Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
I
love Jeff Goldblum.
I love him.
I love Jeff Goldblum as well, but I love Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh yeah. And the fact that the Tron, the inside the machine is coming out into the real world.
Yes,
that's the concept, isn't it?
I think there was a brief look at it as well, and there was a light cycle traveling down on a highway or something, or a city street, which is like, ooh, because that was kind of Clue's whole thing was he was trying to get
exactly.
It was effectively the same plot as Quantumania. But should I mention that Quantumania ripped that one off?
Yeah. But they did tease that at the end of the movie.
Well, because the whole thing is that Cora, she appeared in the real world and she was
that's right. So it's possible
the real world. So so it was he's proven kind of thing.
Yep.
So I'm interested. Because it's a Tron movie and I'm a sucker for a Tron movie. And then they just added 9 Inch Nails to it, and I was like, why have I not bought tickets for this?
Take my money now.
It's almost like somebody said, Sloan, what would you like in a movie? I would like the Tron movie. I would like another Tron movie, and then if you could get like 9 Inch Nails to come back, that would be great as well. It's like someone's been reading my dreams.
Yeah. That's quite amazing, really.
It is.
What was I going to say there? I forget. Yeah, what happened to the couple then?
Don't know.
Jeff Bridges' son and the
Cora?
girl.
I don't know.
They're not in this new one. So
don't
wonder
know.
why.
Yeah.
Why.
I don't know. I mean, my guess is Jared Leto's playing the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm guessing he is. Yeah, I think he said it much when he did his speech thing.
Oh, did he? All right. Okay.
He's terrific. I think he's great. Really good.
Did I mention this the other day? I didn't realize that he was 30 Seconds to Mars, him and his brother.
Yeah, that's right. For years.
I never put the two together, but they've been in a band for like 30 years.
And they're big. Together. They play stadiums. It's mad, isn't it?
Finger, pulse. Anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's putting together a monster truck jam movie driving thing. I don't know
Okay.
what the.
We've had one of those before.
But it's a movie
Monster
about
trucks.
monster truck driver things. So I don't know.
There was a monster truck movie a few years ago. And the monsters were like eating, the trucks were like eating people and stuff.
Are you not
Remember
thinking
that?
Monsters Inc? No.
No. I'm sure there was a
I don't
monster
know.
truck thing.
Anyway, that's a thing that's coming out. Win or lose from Disney Pixar. We'll run through some of these quite quickly because we're
I think we'll get the main ones now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're in the kind of the doldrums just now. Win or lose looks good. It's Will Forte plays a coach of a little league. It's from Pixar. It's coming out on Disney Plus, and that looks like fun. So it's like their kind of like dreams become reality and stuff. So that looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Dream Productions is like a series. It's one of those Disney Plus shorts that they do, and it's inside Riley's head and how her dreams are made into dreams. That's why it's called Dream Productions.
Right.
So it's all the little dreams of
short?
Riley. These are the shorts, yeah.
Shorts, right.
Elio got a bit of a teaser. Hoppers. This sounds insane. This was them. They had one concept art, and it was a hamster going like this, and it was a girl gets transformed into a robot hamster, or she it's like Avatar. She gets her like she can like project into the robot hamster.
Right.
Anyway,
there was the Will Smith one that was a pigeon, and he got turned into a pigeon.
Oh yeah, good with the Tom Holland.
Yeah.
That was
the Tom Holland, yeah.
The Tom Holland, yeah.
The Tom Holland.
And Will Smith.
That's them. Yeah. Will
anyway,
seems to be back,
Seems
to be okay now.
Here's the movie no one asked for, Mufasa.
Mufasa 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
That's right, yeah. Mufasa. Yeah. So it's how Mufasa and Scar became brothers. I don't.
That's like one of those straight to DVD, straight to video, VHS,
straight to theaters
type thing.
Here's the thing I don't like is Scar's evil, and you're trying to portray him as a nice guy, and stop it. It's the same thing as Darth Vader. Darth Vader is evil. You can't make a good show and show his lighter side. Like Darth Vader's not going to be sitting there eating popcorn and just being nice to people. He has to be like cutting people's heads off, and you can't show a nice thing. So they give Scar a name in this. He's like Toblerone or something, and then he's like pals with Mufasa, and it's like what? Just silly. Stop it.
So
Ironheart.
We're seeing how he becomes nasty.
Aye. Ironheart, which was cancelled or like was cut off the schedule and is now back on the schedule. So that's a thing that's coming back sometime in 2025. And then the last one, sometime in 2025, is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. We a big Percy Jackson fan.
Massive.
Did you read the books? All that kind of stuff.
Read all the books, yep. Got my t-shirts.
Nice. Yep. Nice.
They can't leave those ones alone, can they? That Percy Jackson. There's tons of them.
They're gonna no. They'll be doing that till he's 90.
That franchise.
I don't want to do them anymore.
That franchise had three. Did it have three movies and then it kind of
two movies and then it kind of
like, dropped off and then they seemed to have brought it back.
Well, I think the movies were 20th Century Fox, and then Disney were like, "Well, if there's a corpse over here, we can regenerate, clear, all that kind of stuff."
Yeah, that's it.
There's money in them there hills. Pretty much what Amazon's doing with MGM right now.
Yeah.
Although I really did like that James Bond reality
show
thing. Yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
I never watched that.
It was good. It's good. Brian Cox, isn't it? Being sarcastic is the sort of M character.
I heard it was good.
Aye. And they went to all these like exotic locations and stuff. Are we okay to take it's me doing this now? Are we okay to take a break?
Yeah, sure. That's unusual.
Sorry, I know that's your line, but give us a sec. We'll be back in right in a minute. Bye. Welcome back.
Good evening.
Shall we discuss what you're watching?
Okay.
What are you watching?
We watched a film called Mine on Friday.
Was it about seagulls?
Seagulls.
Uh-huh. Mine.
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 Right, no, wasn't.
Oh.
It was the guy that's been cast. Big tall fella, Lone Ranger. Not Arnett.
Oh yes, Army Hammer.
Army Hammer. Yeah. So he plays a soldier, and him and his pal are like, he's a sniper, and his pal is like the kind of not navigator, but the sort of seeker guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's set in Afghanistan or something. So they fail their mission, then they have to make it their way back, and on their way back, they have to cross through a mine, but the sign has blown away, so they don't quite realise that where the mine is. So, but they soon do realise when his pal steps in the mine and blows up, and then he steps forward and it goes click, and he's like, "Uh-oh! If I take my foot off this, my leg's gonna blow off." So he's like stood there going, "I'm in the middle of the desert. What the hell do I do?" type thing. So it's a bit like Buried, the movie Buried with Ryan Reynolds. So it's
All
like
right, or that one with the climb with the
arm, the
radio
guy that gets his arm,
thing.
the guy that gets his arm caught 127 hours or something. Is it?
Yeah. There's a lot of these movies. The
Aye.
Shark one with Blake Lively as well.
Yeah, that was good. That one actually.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's in that kind of vein. That was a good film. The Shallows. That was good.
It's awful.
I think that's one of the better shark movies.
No. Really?
Well, Blake Lively's in it for a kick-off.
Not enough to say.
No, I liked it. I thought it was a good one. Anyway, but
The
this
shark
film
eats
is.
a whale and then still comes back for Blake Lively, and there's not a pick on the women. I mean, come on, seriously.
Would you not keep him coming back for her? Just saying. Anyway, so this movie is not as good as any of those movies. It's an interesting concept, but see the ending, you'll be like, oh, what? Which I was like, ugh. I didn't enjoy it. 5 out of 10.
Okay. All right.
5 for effort. We finished Blue Lights. The BBC thing.
The Irish one.
Yeah, that was good, man. I really quite enjoyed that, actually.
It was good, yeah.
Well worth watching. We've started watching a thing called The Jetty. I don't think you'll probably get it over there.
Oh, that's Gemma Coleman, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's a nice, wee, intriguing.
I was actually going to watch it when I was back in the UK.
Aye.
I never got around to it. But I'll watch it.
It's pretty intriguing, pretty good. Mm-hmm. She's good.
Yeah, she's great. She's been great since Doctor Who.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she was in Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm. And she's actually one of my favourite companions in Doctor
Who. Who did she? Was it Matt Smith?
Clara. Yes, and Peter Capaldi. I thought that her and Peter Capaldi were fantastic together. It was very Sarah Jane, Tom Baker, type, Liz Sladen type partnership there.
Capaldi was good. He was a good doctor.
I think and again with Matt, like everyone goes, oh, Dave Tennant, he's the best doctor. I don't know, man. Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi for me were just a little bit better. I love David Tennant, but just a little bit better.
Yeah. What was this talking about there?
Jenna Coleman, Jetty.
Yeah, and then Time Bandits. I'm up to date with Time Bandits.
Oh, okay.
Which has been consistently good, I would say.
Yeah. We got as far as the one where they go to the medieval.
Well, that's an episode behind then.
All right, okay, that's it far then. Yeah, we'll probably watch the next one tonight.
Prohibition is the next one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the other Time Bandits. I'm still not too sure about Lisa Kudrow.
Me neither.
Although we're getting to the point where the girl Time Bandit, she leaves the show because of inappropriate behavior from one of the actors.
Oh, really?
Set. Yeah, and apparently it's like she just disappears, like she's gone.
Oh, midway through.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, and it's not explained for like 2 episodes or something. So it's like,
really?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So,
that's weird.
Which is one reviewer pointed out. He said, if you're doing a movie about a found family, then surely you got to handle when one of the members disappears. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good point. So
yeah, that would.
Yeah. You also watched Rebel Moon as well.
Part 1. Yeah. Oh no, but actually, sorry. We're also watching the Decameron, which is set in Italy, like back in the
Early
1700s
days.
or something.
Mhm.
And it's a comedy. It's kind of Blackadder-ish, but not quite Blackadder-ish, but kind of, kind of period comedy.
Okay.
And it's pretty good actually.
Okay.
We're almost finished it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I would recommend it, I think. Rebel Moon, Sloan. Right, you have notes.
I do. Oh,
Brace
boy.
yourselves, everybody. Has anybody else watched Rebel Moon in the comments, by the way? The director's cut. Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Right, okay, go for it.
All right. He doesn't know how to write. This is the first thing.
Well, that's the problem. That's the main problem. The fact
that is the main crux of it. Yeah.
Everything he's done that's been good, he's not written.
Yeah.
So.
And it shows. It's. I think I've got it here, and it's. This is like fan fiction. This is like Star Wars fan fiction at its worst. It's like an 8-year-old left the theater and went, I could totally write an episode of Star Wars. It'd be fantastic. No, it won't. It doesn't know how to edit.
No.
Everything's kept in. In fact, there's bits. No one's watched the Rebel.
Guys,
hold on a minute. Okay, here's the thing. Rebel Moon got 21 million views in the first week of release, and nobody on this podcast, I know there's a few people that are sitting watching this just now, nobody on this podcast other than the two people.
They're all watching it now, probably.
Oh, they're all watching it now?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, don't watch it right now.
No, not right now.
You need to eviscerate it first.
Not us guys. No.
So, part of the problem is the writing and the editing. The direction is also poor. There is no redeeming quality.
He's ticking all the boxes.
He's ticking all the boxes of all the things that you should do. He's ticking all the boxes to do it. The big thing for me is, and I think Mark Commode mentioned this, is that he's on the surface is a huge Star Wars fan, but does not understand the Kurosawa, the Buck Rogers, the Flash Gordon, the John Carter. He actually rips a bit off from John Carter in the movie and does a terrible job of it. Go back even further from that. There's Gulliver Jones, His Vacation, which is also Edgar Rice Burroughs. He said that he borrowed heavily for the Princess of Mars. I
liked Mark Commode when he said there's loads of stuff happening, but there's nothing happening. There
was nothing. Do you know the thing that? So when you're watching it, you start to notice things that Zach likes, and one of the things that he likes is embers floating past the camera and long lingering shots of people looking off into the distance while the embers float past them, and so everything has to be on fire, which means everything is orange
and pointless dialogue.
And pointless. Oh God, the dialogue's awful. Is it? What's the one? She screams. I actually wrote it down. I have no time for pity. When she screams at the general, and the general goes like, "All right then," and then goes with them. It's like, oh,
you watched both part 1 and 2.
I did watch both of them. Yeah.
We'll keep this brief because clearly you're just going to say you don't like it quite a lot.
So well, okay. Here's one of the big. So I keep mentioning about the big gun.
Yeah.
Right.
In part 2.
In part 2, and it features in part 1 as well, and you actually see the lathe in part 1 as well. The lathe controls that he's got. Now I've figured out the reason why. So my big problem is the big gun is on top of the ship, whereas it's a ship that goes from high orbit into low orbit and then blows villages apart. That's what it's for, to blow villages apart. I was like, why is the gun always? Why is the gun on the top of the ship? And then I realized the reason why the gun's on the top of the ship, because when you get to the third act of the second part, the gun has to be on the top of the ship. So that's the only reason the gun is there, is because he needs to have something happen with the gun in the third act of the second movie. I'm like,
right, but cut all that stuff. It's an extended version. We've seen they're all things you said about the original.
I did, yeah.
What did you think
No,
about
it doesn't.
the gratuitous nudity and violence? I thought it was completely unnecessary.
I was going to say, every single shot that he added to in this one
does
meant
not add a
absolutely
single thing.
nothing. I know. In fact, at one point, I'm like, I know less about the characters now than I did from the first one.
I thought to myself,
and the whole sexy scene and all that kind of stuff. You can imply these things. You don't need to do it. You can just see them going there, and then the curtains and the lights go out or something like that, or they start kissing, and then you cut to the next day, and it's like all that kind of stuff. Like
the first 5 minutes of part one had everything that he said he was going to do in it.
Yeah,
it had full frontal nudity, gratuitous, horrific violence.
Yeah,
really graphic stuff.
Yeah.
And it added nothing.
For no reason.
Nothing. At all.
For no reason.
So
like nothing. Like so the other thing with the thing that is that I think it's because they're all muddy, like his movie, they're all the visuals, they're all muddying together now. At the start of the first movie, that's the one where there's an assault on some planet, and the regent on the planet, because this is not in the first movie. This is not in the first one, because the first one
this is near the beginning.
Korra, the first one starts with Korra plowing the field. Yeah, and this one starts on some other planet.
Aye.
And the regent's there, and he's like trying to protect his family and all that kind of stuff. Like, is that the John Carter guy? The son?
I feel as if
it's not, though. It's not, because he gets explained later on. So, who are they?
But I felt as if that scene was exactly the same scene once they got down to the Harvest Planet.
Yeah,
that was almost the exact same.
Exactly the same. Yeah, a father, because it talks about a father protects his children or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same thing that he says to the Yellow Jacket guy.
I did like the tense. I think the when they're down on the Harvest Planet, the tenseness of that scene was still good, and it was better than the bit they added in. But at the same time, it's still not good enough, is it?
Yes. But also, Inglourious Bastards happened.
Well, aye.
And so, if you want tense and you want or you want fascists, the opening scene for Inglourious Bastards has to be stand down, one of the most scenes in cinematic history. Yeah. It's just an amazing, and if you're going to hire someone and get Christoph Waltz to do it. However, I will say though, Ed Skrein, whatever his name is, the guy that plays Noble, I actually quite liked him as a baddie.
He's a good baddie. Very good baddie.
I think he's a good baddie. I mean, he plays Francis in Deadpool as well.
He's good in that as well.
I think he's good in that as well, yeah. I think he actually plays a pretty good baddie.
Yeah.
But he really doesn't have a lot to work with. Like, it's not... Like... No. I know a lot of actors, especially like kind of American actors, tend to be, asking, "What's my motivation in this scene?" And I guess that my guess is that I think a lot of Zach's answers to those is, "I need you to be over there." Like, I think that's generally it. I think it's like it's more blocking. I like he loves blocking.
Yeah,
like everything he does is block.
I'd like to see.
Lots of people just standing, kind of looking off.
I'd like to see Snyder with somebody else's script again, because he's obviously getting too much freedom, which is fine. But if I hope he's listening to the critics by, they're saying that he can't write and stuff like that, because he really can't. So anyway, so what else have you been watching? Apart from part
what
two,
else?
Part two, for God's sake.
We watched another couple of so Friday night's movie was Diamonds Are Forever, which is
Jimmy Bond,
James Bond's last outing as Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
That's
one way of saying it.
And then we watched Live and Let Die, which is the next movie. There was a movie in between, but I don't think anyone saw it. And they're 2 hours long, and they just chunter along. It's a good going romp. They're still fun. It doesn't feel like 2 hours, unlike Rebel Moon, which every half an hour feels like 2 hours. They were good. We watched the Instigators, and I spent the entire movie singing Something in the Air, because that's the only time I've ever heard the phrase the Instigators. And then right at the end, something in the air. It's Matt Damon.
All right, an Apple, is it?
Yeah, and Casey Affleck, who writes it.
Aye. Is it a TV show or a movie?
No, it's a movie. It's a movie. It's set in Boston, so it's kind of like a love letter to Boston.
They're Boston boys, though.
Well, exactly, the Boston boys. It's okay. It's not the greatest movie of all time ever, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So these two guys need some money and stuff.
Is it the director of The Bourne Identity?
Yeah, it's Doug Lyman, the guy that did Roadhouse as well.
Oh God.
Which this is another one that he's done that's straight to streaming. So his Roadhouse was straight to streaming as well, much to his chagrin. But yeah, it's okay. And then we noticed. Oh, we watched the Grand Tour presents Seaman as well, which is
the oldie.
Yeah, the old one. Yeah, I think it was the first big one they did.
Yeah.
When they decided they were going to dump the tent. It's still fun. And then Hit Monkey's back, so we watched a couple of episodes of that. And that's
that was good. Yeah. I liked Hit Monkey actually.
Yeah,
that was the second season of that.
Yeah. I think so. We were talking about it the other week there, and we were like, "Oh man, it'd be nice if Hit Monkey came back." And it was like, we went into Disney, and it was like Hit Monkey. And I was like, "What?
Ah, cool. I'll maybe check that out myself. Actually, yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Nice one.
And that's it. Watch the trailers for Skeleton Crew and.
Well, the other trailer I was going to say actually was the Saturday night one. Have you seen that?
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live one. Yeah,
it looks pretty good as well.
That looks good as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Sony Pictures though. It's not NBC Universal, which is kind of bizarre, but
yeah.
But that looks good. The cast look really good.
They do.
Dan Aykroyd.
You can tell who's who.
Dan Aykroyd's the guy from Maze Runner.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, the lead guy in Maze Runner.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Aye.
So yeah, that looks good. And The Last of Us 2 trailer dropped as well.
Did it? I thought that was fake.
Yeah. No, that was real.
That was real? Oh God, I can't tell. Can't tell.
No, that was real.
Right, okay.
Should go and check that out. Anyway, I think that's us.
Yeah.
I think we're all talked out.
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching and commenting.
And
it's cool.
Playing along, yeah. And you guys should check out Rebel Moon. Just watch the PG versions. Seriously, you really don't need the extra half hour. And honestly,
can't believe you're telling me to watch it. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's crap.
You do what you want. You go watch it.
Yeah, watch it if you want.
Do the Ted Lasso.
Whatevs.
But if you like this podcast, and we hope you did, don't forget to smash the like button and share on social media because it really does help. And if you want timely reminders when we put something new up, then hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when we put something up, which is currently Sundays. So we will see you guys next time. But until then, have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.